Hi everyone, welcome back. Another tutorial about Matplotlib, and the topic of this tutorial will be about grids, and the outcome of the tutorial will be about an image like this. While the line is similar, the only differences between these three images is about the grid. As you can see here, we can modify this through a number of functions in Matplotlib. All right, we will learn how to do it in this tutorial. And then the first thing that we need to do is to load the libraries. The libraries that I'm going to use in this tutorial is Matplotlib and also NumPy. Here's the link where you can refer to more figure properties in Matplotlib. And the second thing that we are going to do is to make create some data to plot a function. So as you can see here, for this function graph line, it's just an arbitrary function, so you can put whatever you like in here, not necessarily mean sine function or exponential function. And then after that we can create a figure. So as I mentioned in the previous tutorial, we have number 1 and 3 here stand for 1 row and 3 columns. So that's why we have 3 panels in this figure. And in this section, you will see that I have X major ticker, also Y major ticker, similarly for the minor for X and Y. And the function MPL, which is stand for Matplotlib, dot ticker dot multiple locator. Inside this brackets, we see that there is a number, and I'm going to explain for you this number in a minute. The number 2 here is stand for the two incremental steps from -6 to -4, and that is the major locator. And similarly for the Y major locator, 0.5. So you can see that is go from -1.5 to -1. So this is the Y major locator. And then for the minor X locator, there's number 1. This means that we have smaller tick. For example, from -6 to -5 and -4. So every one incremental step, there will be a minor X locator. Similarly for 0.25 in the y-axis. Okay, so as you can see here, by using this function, we will have, in this axis, we will have 3 different axes. So that's why we have a loop in here. So this will loop 3 times for the 3 different axes. The first one is 0 and 1 and 3. So we will plot this this function y function with the color magenta, and the line weight is 3. So you can see that the light in these 3 different image is similar. And then after that we will set the grid for different figure. So in the first figure I set the grid, nothing inside the bracket. It means that it's just default. So by default, the axis will be in the major locators for both the y and x axis, and the color is gray. However, we can put a certain number of properties, such as the color is blue, so that we see that the color here is blue, and which equal both. It means that it's set for the both major and minor ticker. The line star here is instead of having a solid line, we can have a dashed line, and this is notation is stand for the dashed line in Matplotlib. And in the final figure, rightmost figure, we can see that in this figure we can set a different color and different lines properties in the horizontal or vertical. For instance, for the blue color horizontal line, we can see that when I set the which is equal to major, so it means it's only plot the grid at the major ticker in the y-axis. Those are for -0.5. or -1 or -0.5 here. So the smaller ticker will not be plotted in if we use the which is equal to only major. And we can also set the line width is 2.5, so that as you can see, the blue line is a little bit thicker than the other lines as we compare to the previous two figures. And similarly, we can set, for instance, in the vertical, we set for the major axis, x-axis, it will be a color gray, and will be solid line. And for the minor locator ticker, we will have a red color with a dash line. Yeah, I think that is all for this tutorial. Thank you very much for listening. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you very much, and please subscribe my YouTube channel too.